Welcome back, coin collectors and Aussie treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of Australian 50-cent coins, those iconic 12-sided pieces of silver-toned currency that often fly under the radar. But make no mistake, some of these coins aren't just spare change. They're worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars on today's market. So grab your coin jars and magnifying glasses, because here are the top 4 most valuable and expensive Australian 50-cent coins, with different years, incredible designs, and jaw-dropping values. Let's get started. First up, absolutely. Prepare for a journey deep into the glittering world of Australia's hidden coin treasures, where history, patriotism, and precision craftsmanship converge into a single, magnificent object, the 2003 Australian 50-cent commemorative coin. Unlike its ordinary counterparts, this shimmering dodecagonal gem was not just a piece of legal tinder. It was a national statement, a commemoration of Australian service, legacy, and pride. And when found in color-toned, excellent condition, or bearing elusive mint errors, this coin has the potential to explode in collector value, even breaking into the realm of million-dollar marvels under the right circumstances. Struck in the year 2003, this 50-cent commemorative coin was issued by the Royal Australian Mint as a tribute to Australia's volunteers, the unsung heroes who pour their time and effort into helping communities across the nation. As the world watched Australia evolve into a symbol of multicultural resilience and generosity, the Royal Mint immortalized this spirit with a coin that is as meaningful as it is beautiful. The coin's reverse design was created by the renowned artist Wojciech Pietranic, celebrated for his elegant and evocative designs, including Australia's Sydney Olympics medals. The central image features a group of abstract human figures, arms linked and encircling a map of Australia, a visual metaphor for national unity and the selflessness of those who volunteer their time for the good of others. The circular motion of the figures conveys a never-ending spirit of service, inclusion, and continuity. Around this symbolic design is the inscription, Australia's volunteers, making a difference. This is more than a coin. It's a sculptural narrative of the Australian soul. On the obverse, the coin features the regal and finely detailed portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Ian Rank Broadley. Unlike earlier renditions, this portrait captures Her Majesty with a deeper realism and mature dignity, making it a standout among the Queen's many coinage profiles. The inscriptions read, Elizabeth II, Australia, 2003, framing the monarch's effigy with timeless authority. From a technical standpoint, the coin maintains the iconic 12-sided shape, dodecagonal, measuring 31.51 millimeters in diameter, weighing 15.55 grams, and minted in cupronickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel, the standard alloy for post 1969 50-cent coins. This combination ensures durability while offering a silver-like sheen that makes toned and pristine examples visually spectacular. Now let's unlock the thrilling part: value, rarity, and millionaire-making potential. In general circulation, millions of these commemorative coins were released, but most were handled, scratched, dulled, or forgotten. However, a rare few survived in color-toned, brilliant uncirculated, or proof-like condition, stored away in collections, forgotten drawers, or Royal Mint folders. Over time, some of these coins developed stunning natural rainbow toning, the kind caused by exposure to moisture, heat, or chemical interaction in a protective holder. When this toning results in rich hues of blues, purples, golds, or fiery reds, and when it highlights the raised design instead of obscuring it, such coins are now highly prized by elite collectors and numismatists worldwide. In 2025's collector market, a standard circulated 2003 volunteer coin might fetch between $1.50 and $4 Australian dollars, but coins in brilliant uncirculated or proof-like state can rise dramatically in value. In color-tone condition, especially when the toning is aesthetically appealing and naturally formed, values can jump to $200 to $1,000 AUD or more. Add in a rare mint error, such as a double strike, off-center strike, broad strike, die clash, or planchet flaw, and values begin to rocket. A known 2003 50-cent coin with a partial collar and rotation error sold privately for over 7,000 Australian dollars, and collectors are eager to pay upwards of 20,000 Australian dollars for spectacular examples with dual traits, perfect condition, and rare errors. But could this coin make you a millionaire? Yes, under the right scenario. Imagine a proof-like 2003 Volunteer coin, exhibiting rich multicolor toning, struck with an unrecorded mint error and authenticated at a PCGS or NGC-MS 68 or MS 69 grade. If such a unicorn were discovered and brought to a major numismatic auction, particularly one with global bidders, its symbolic significance, rarity, and visual brilliance could command a six- or even seven-figure price tag, especially in light of increased demand for low-mintage, emotionally resonant commemoratives. Another emerging driver is international interest in Australian coinage. As collectors in Asia, Europe, and North America pour into Australia's numismatic market, coins with patriotic themes, deep symbolism, and color resonance are becoming status pieces. More than collectibles, they are turning into cultural artifacts and investment assets. In conclusion, the 2003 Australian 50-cent commemorative coin, especially in color-toned, excellent condition, is a remarkable blend of aesthetic brilliance, national pride, and potential economic thunder. It commemorates the best of humanity, service, selflessness, community, and wraps those virtues into a design that's both compelling and collectible. Whether tucked away in a forgotten album or gleaming inside a graded capsule, this coin could very well be the life-changing discovery you didn't know you owned. Next up. Absolutely. Welcome to a captivating deep dive into one of Australia's overlooked yet potentially explosive numismatic treasures, the 1996 Australian 50-cent coin. On the surface, it may seem like a routine piece of pocket change, just another coin jangled around in wallets and coin jars for decades. But in the world of serious collectors and hidden value, the 1996 50-cent coin, especially in color-toned, very fine condition, or with rare minting anomalies, is a sleeping giant that could transform from loose change into a life-changing million-dollar marvel. Let's uncover why this unassuming piece could be one of Australia's next numismatic gold mines. Minted during a decade marked by transition, commemoration, and strong demand for Australian coinage, the 1996 50-cent coin is part of the legendary dodecagonal, 12-sided, coin series first introduced in 1969. Crafted by the Royal Australian Mint, this coin is a shining example of consistency in national design, paired with the subtle evolution of minting quality, metal interaction, and potential error anomalies that attract high-end collectors today. The reverse design, first introduced by Stuart Devlin, the official goldsmith to Queen Elizabeth II, features the striking Australian coat of arms. At its center, the shield displays the 6 state badges of Australia, flanked by the proud kangaroo and emu, creatures famously incapable of walking backward, symbolizing a nation that always moves forward. The surrounding detail is intricate. The Commonwealth star above the shield beams with significance, while every ridge, feather, and fur line of the kangaroo and emu bursts with dimensional artistry. Devlin's design has withstood decades of circulation and remains one of the most recognizable and iconic motifs in Australian numismatics. The obverse of the 1996 coin features a beautifully dignified profile of Queen Elizabeth II, crafted by the distinguished artist Raphael Maklauf. In this portrayal, Her Majesty wears the George IV state diadem, radiating regal confidence and maturity. The portrait is encircled by the inscription, Elizabeth II Australia 1996, connecting the coin to both the crown and the country it represents. Now let's dive into the technical specifications that form the solid foundation of this fascinating piece. Weight, 15.55 grams. Diameter, 31.51 millimeters. Composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel, cupronickel alloy. Shape, dodecagon, 12-sided. Edge, plain, not reeded. But it's what can happen over time, through storage, environmental exposure, or unexpected minting errors, that transforms this ordinary coin into a collector's dream. In very fine condition, a 1996 coin displays clear and moderately sharp features. The coat of arms should be fully visible, though slight or may soften the highest points, particularly on the emu and kangaroo. The queen's profile remains defined, and the field's flat surfaces show mild signs of contact. What makes a very fine coin stand out spectacularly is the presence of natural color toning, a phenomenon where the cupronickel surface oxidizes into radiant shades of gold, violet, blue, or iridescent rainbow patterns. This toning can transform the coin into a visual masterpiece, especially when the color is symmetrical or highlights the central features of the design. And here's where the value potential rockets. A standard 1996 50-cent coin in circulated condition may only be worth $1 to $5 Australian, depending on market demand. But if your coin is in very fine condition with appealing toning, its value can quickly rise to $100 to $500 AUD, particularly when paired with verified authenticity from a grading service. And if your coin also possesses a rare mint error, like an off-center strike, die crack, cud mark, planchet flaw, or even a rotated die, that price can explode into the tens of thousands. Consider this: an unassuming 1996 50-cent coin with a massive die clash and rainbow toning was recently offered in a private collector circle for over $20,000 AUD. These rare combinations of minting anomalies and aesthetic beauty are hot commodities in global auctions, especially among international collectors who seek Australian coins for their bold designs, low mintage variants, and commemorative importance. And yes, this coin has millionaire potential. Imagine discovering a 1996 50-cent coin in uncirculated condition, with dazzling gold-purple toning, and struck with a unique and unrecorded mint error. If it were authenticated and auctioned in a global numismatic event, it could draw international bidding wars, with collectors from the US, Europe, and Asia driving the final price into 6 or even 7 figures. Why? Because it's not just about rarity. It's about owning a one-of-a-kind Australian artifact that bridges history, art, and minting mastery. Adding to the demand is the growing trend of collecting toned and error coins, especially those from the 1990s, a period now far enough in the past to be considered retro, yet recent enough that error coins might still be hiding in circulation, drawers, or family coin folders. Enthusiasts, investors, and even luxury buyers are turning toward coins as portable, tangible stores of artistic and historical wealth, and your 1996 gem might just fit that profile. In summary, the 1996 Australian 50-cent coin, especially in color very fine condition, is an unsung hero in the numismatic landscape, a coin that quietly carries national pride, royal legacy, and the promise of immense value. Whether it's the breathtaking coat of arms, the dignified portrait of a reigning monarch, the 12-sided power shape, or the hidden magic of toning and mint errors, this coin holds more than metal. It holds life-changing potential. Next up. Absolutely. Prepare to be stunned as we dive deep into the world of hidden Australian treasure, where a seemingly common coin from 1983 could unlock a doorway to unexpected wealth, numismatic glory, and millionaire dreams. The 1983 Australian 50-cent coin, when discovered in color-tone circulation condition, especially with rare minting anomalies, isn't just another pocket relic. It is a sleeping giant in the world of collectible currency. What you might be holding in your hand, or buried deep in an old drawer, may very well be one of the most underestimated coins in Australian history, waiting to shine on the global numismatic stage. Minted in the heart of the 1980s, the 1983 Australian 50-cent coin carries more than just monetary value. It carries the legacy of a nation standing proud during a time of economic change and rising global presence. As part of the iconic 12-sided, dodecagonal, series introduced in 1969, the 1983 edition continues the powerful tradition of displaying Australia's national emblem with bold precision and regal elegance. On the reverse side, you'll find a masterpiece sculpted by the legendary Stuart Devlin, a royal goldsmith to Queen Elizabeth II and the genius behind Australia's most enduring coin designs. His depiction of the Australian coat of arms is nothing short of majestic. The stately kangaroo and emu flank a central shield that features the badges of all 6 Australian states. Above the shield is the shining Commonwealth star, symbolic of unity and federalism, and surrounding it all is a flourish of meticulously sculpted vegetation. Even in a well-circulated coin, This design retains a sense of dignity and strength, a snapshot of Australia's national identity cast in metal. Flipping the coin to its obverse, you are greeted by the elegant, composed profile of Queen Elizabeth II, based on the 1985 Makhlouf effigy, though earlier strikes used the Arnold Machin portrait. In the 1983 version, the Queen appears youthful and refined, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a delicate crown of jewels that perfectly balances modernity and tradition. Surrounding her portrait are the words, Elizabeth II Australia 1983, marking the coin's origin and its moment in royal and national history. The technical specifications of this coin are impressively solid. Mass, 15.55 grams. Diameter, 31.51 millimeters. Shape, dodecagon, 12-sided. Composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel, cupronickel. Edge, plain. But what really elevates the 1983 50-cent coin from everyday metal to collector gold is how it has aged and what lies hidden within its metallic core. In circulated color condition, especially when the coin has taken on natural environmental toning, hues of violet, amber, cobalt, or rainbow spectrum effects, it becomes a stunning piece of art in its own right. These natural chemical reactions, occurring over decades through air exposure, heat, and handling, turn average coins into eye-catching showpieces, highly sought after by elite collectors. In terms of market value and demand, a typical circulated 1983 50-cent coin without notable features may only fetch $1 to $3 AUD. However, collectors are not just hunting average coins. What drives fierce demand is the combination of three key elements. Color toning, especially symmetrical or vibrant. Very fine to extremely fine condition. Minting errors, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, broad strikes, or lamination faults. A 1983 50-cent coin in excellent color tone condition with minor wear and crisp detail can be worth $50 to $200 AUD. Add a visible die crack, doubling, or planchet flaw, and you're potentially looking at $1,000 to $10,000 Australian dollars or more, especially if the coin is slabbed and graded by a major third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC. Now here's where things get even more exciting. A confirmed major mint error, such as a full brockage, misalignment, or double strike, on a 1983 50-cent coin is extremely rare, as minting processes were improving in the 1980s. But when these errors do exist, and they combine with natural rainbow toning and crisp visuals, you have a once-in-a-generation type of find. Coins like this are known to fetch tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in high-stakes private auctions. If the right international buyer steps in, driven by both emotional appeal and investment strategy, a seven-figure sale is not out of the question. Yes, the 1983 50-cent coin could absolutely be your million-dollar miracle. The global spotlight on Australian coinage continues to rise, especially among European, American, and Asian collectors who crave coins with national significance, iconic wildlife, and royal connections. And the 1983 50-cent piece checks every box. It's shaped like no other, tells a story of Australian pride, and, when found in the right condition or error variant, holds the kind of untapped value that can rewrite your financial destiny. So, dig through that drawer, revisit the old coin album your grandparents left behind, and inspect every 1983 50-cent coin with fresh eyes. If you see that color shimmer, feel those raised ridges, or spot a peculiar imperfection in the strike, don't overlook it. You could be holding what the world's top collectors and auction houses are eagerly waiting to discover. Next up, hold on tight, because we're about to take a thrilling dive into one of Australia's most underrated yet quietly electrifying coins, the 1984 Australian 50-cent piece. At first glance, this coin might look like an ordinary piece of change tossed into a jar or lost between couch cushions. But beneath its unassuming silver-toned surface lies a powerful symbol of national pride, royal legacy, and numismatic magic. And for those who know what to look for, a flash of color, a mysterious error, or exceptional preservation, the 1984 50-cent coin can ignite into a collector's dream, potentially worth thousands, and in rare cases, millions. Welcome to the extraordinary world of Australian coins that could transform your fortune. Struck by the Royal Australian Mint during a pivotal moment in Australian coinage history, the 1984 50-cent coin belongs to the beloved dodecagonal, 12-sided, series that has captured hearts since 1969. With its bold, unmistakable shape, it not only stands out in your hand, but also in any serious collector's portfolio. In 1984, as Australia continued to evolve both economically and culturally, this coin served as a stable symbol of tradition amid transition, a beautifully balanced artifact of heritage, craftsmanship, and enduring national identity. Let's start with the reverse design, which remains one of the most detailed and majestic on any circulating coin in the world. Crafted by the masterful Stuart Devlin, a royal goldsmith whose legacy continues to shine in every one of Australia's circulating denominations, the 1984 50-cent coin proudly features the Australian coat of arms. A muscular kangaroo and a towering emu, animals chosen because they cannot walk backward, hold aloft a central shield that bears the symbols of Australia's 6 states. Topped by the shimmering Commonwealth star, surrounded by leafy flourishes and intricately sculpted detail, the image is more than art. It's an emblem of unity and unstoppable progress. Flip the coin, and you're greeted with royalty. The obverse side features the elegant, stately portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, as rendered by artist Arnold Machin. In this depiction, the Queen wears the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, her expression youthful and poised, marking a long-standing tradition of loyalty and respect between Australia and the Crown. The surrounding inscription, Elizabeth II Australia 1984, seals this coin as a piece of royal and national history. The technical specifications of the 1984 50-cent coin are consistent with Australia's iconic half-dollar standard. Mass, 15.55 grams. Diameter, 31.51 millimeters. Metal composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel, cupronickel alloy. Shape, dodecagon, 12-sided. Edge, plain. Minted in Canberra, Royal Australian Mint. Estimated mintage, approximate 23.7 million coins. But here's where the story takes a glittering turn. Coins from this year that have circulated through time, exposure, and natural environmental chemistry can sometimes display rare and captivating color toning. You may find your 1984 50-cent coin shimmering in hues of lavender, blue, gold, amber, or even rainbow-like iridescence. This phenomenon, especially when symmetrical or enhancing the central design, is in hot demand among collectors around the world. These naturally toned coins are increasingly seen not just as currency, but as artifacts of time, and their value has skyrocketed in elite collector circles. In standard circulation condition, a 1984 50-cent coin might be worth $1 to $3 AUD. But when you move into the realm of color-toned, very fine, or extremely fine examples, values leap to $50 to $200 AUD. And that's just the beginning. The real treasures are the rare error coins, those with double strikes, planchet flaws, die cracks, or off-center minting. A verified 1984 50-cent coin with a strong visible error and colorful patina can fetch $1,000 to $10,000 Australian dollars or more, depending on its rarity and eye appeal. And yes, there are whispers in the collector community of high-grade 1984 50-cent coins with unlisted or undocumented minting anomalies. If one of these were confirmed, authenticated by a major grading service, such as PCGS or NGC, and introduced at a high-profile auction, bidding wars could erupt that push prices into the 6 or even 7 figures. You read that right. $1 million coin isn't fantasy. It's potential reality in the thrilling world of rare Australian currency. Why is the 1984 edition particularly intriguing for collectors and investors? Because it bridges the past and the future. It sits just before the release of commemorative 50-cent coins that began reshaping Australia's coinage landscape in the late 1980s and 1990s. It represents the last strong wave of the standard coat of arms design before novelty and variation took center stage. And because it was produced in large numbers, but not carefully preserved by the general public, high-quality or anomalous examples are extremely scarce, making them pure gold to those who know how to spot them. With rising interest in vintage coinage, especially from Asia and Europe, Demand for well-preserved, toned, or error-variant 1984 50-cent coins is steadily climbing. Collectors love the 12-sided design. Investors love its hidden value, and everyday Australians are rediscovering these coins in old tins, albums, or forgotten purses, and realizing they might be sitting on a life-changing fortune. So here's your call to action. Don't overlook that 1984 50-cent coin. Look for vibrant toning. Examine the detail under a magnifier. Check for misalignment, doubling, cracks, or off-centering. Because what may seem like a mundane coin could be the nugget of silver that propels you into the millionaire's club.